So, the big news is out. On April 13th, 2026, Linus Torvalds dropped Linux kernel 7.0. This is the newest version of the software that is literally the heart of millions of computers, servers, and phones all over the world. Okay, let's dive right in and see what this huge update is all about. I know what you might be thinking, a kernel update? Isn't that just super nerdy developer stuff? Well, not this time. This update directly impacts how your computer runs, everything from your gaming performance to your day-to-day work, and we're going to break down exactly how. So, what is the kernel anyway? The absolute simplest way to think about it is as the brain of your entire operating system. It's the command center, the translator that lets your software, like your web browser or your favorite game, actually talk to your physical hardware, like your graphics card and processor. And let me tell you, this new brain, version 7.0, is a major upgrade. The big themes this time around are boosting performance, making sure the absolute newest hardware works perfectly right out of the box, and seriously beefing up security against all kinds of modern threats. All right, let's get into the good stuff. We're going to look at 3 huge leaps forward in this new kernel, changes that are probably going to define the Linux experience for the next few years. Okay, first up, and seriously, this is a huge deal for the future of Linux. The Rust programming language is now officially stable within the kernel. For the last couple of versions, it's been kind of experimental, but now it's ready for prime time. But why should you care? What does that even mean? Well, the direct benefit to you is that Rust is famous for its memory safety. That just means developers can write code that is inherently way more secure and less likely to have those common, annoying bugs. Long story short, it all translates to a more stable and secure computer for you and me. The second huge leap is all about hardware compatibility and, yep, gaming. If you're running a brand new machine or you're a serious gamer, you're going to want to listen up because this kernel was pretty much made with you in mind. And you can really see how Linux is keeping up with the latest tech here. We're talking improved support for the newest graphics cards from both AMD and Intel. They're also laying the groundwork for the next generation of wireless, Wi-Fi 8. On top of that, there are new drivers for a bunch of chips, including some from Google and Apple, and better support for popular hardware, like certain Asus motherboards. And our third major leap forward is all about making your system faster and smarter under the hood. These are the kinds of improvements that just make everything feel a little bit snappier, a little more reliable. Check out these 2 awesome examples. The XFS file system, which you see a lot in server setups, can now basically heal itself. It fixes certain problems all on its own without you even knowing. And then, looking way into the future, the kernel is already getting prepared for post-quantum security. It's getting Linux ready for a world where quantum computers could break today's encryption. How cool is that? So we've waded through some of the techie details, but what does all of this actually mean for you when you sit down at your desk? Let's translate these features into some tangible, real-world benefits. It really breaks down like this. If you're a gamer, you can expect better frame rates and smoother performance, especially on that newer hardware. If you're a laptop user, you'll get improved Wi-Fi and just better all-around support for all the components inside. And for absolutely everyone, the end result is a faster, more secure, and more reliable computer. This quote just nails it. This isn't just a minor update with a few bug fixes. It is a significant step that makes the whole Linux ecosystem feel more modern and totally prepared for the future of computing. Now, here's a really crucial point, especially for those who need maximum stability. Version 7.0 is not a long-term support, or LTS, release. So what that means is if you run a critical server or something, your distribution's probably going to stick with an older, battle-tested LTS kernel for a while longer. This is more for those who want the latest and greatest. Okay, so you're excited and you want to try it out. Let's talk about how you can get your hands on kernel 7.0 safely and what to expect from your specific Linux distribution. If you're using what's called a rolling release distribution, think Arch Linux or Fedora, you're in luck. These distros are designed to get you the latest software as soon as it's ready, so you'll probably see kernel 7.0 show up in your standard system updates very soon. For users on fixed-release distributions like Ubuntu or Debian, the process is a bit different. You will most likely get this new kernel with the next major version of your operating system, though sometimes it might pop up early through a special kind of update called a backport. But no matter how you decide to upgrade, there are 2 golden rules. First, if you're just curious, try it out safely by booting from a live USB of a distribution that already has it. Second, and this is non-negotiable, always And I mean always. Back up your important data before you do a kernel upgrade. Seriously.
So as we wrap things up, what's the big picture here? This release isn't just another incremental update. It's a clear statement about the direction Linux is heading.
So, to recap real quick, Rust being stable is a new era for kernel security. Support for modern hardware is top-notch, making Linux an amazing choice for the latest computers. Your storage is getting faster and more resilient. And most importantly, Linux is actively getting ready for the challenges of tomorrow. This kernel is a solid leap forward, keeping Linux competitive, modern, and ready for whatever comes next. So I'll leave you with this question. From the self-healing file systems to better gaming performance, what feature from Linux 7.0 are you most excited to try?